Hey Taurus, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome. This is Whatever Comes Out. Let's see what messages we have for the sign of Taurus. Let's pull some oracles here. Messages you have for the sign of Taurus. Messages to have spirit for the sign of Taurus. You guys got a lot of cards, but I'm not going to take any of that. Oh, but I did. Damn it. Okay, I'll take them. All right, so you have experience, you have shock, harvest, the woods, hunger, and nature. Only reason I pulled the rest of these cards was because I'm sensing a theme here, and some of you need to get out in nature and ground. Some of you are just feeling a little off kilter these days, or at least for the month of October. So I'm genuinely feeling that you need to get out, Taurus. You need to just step outside, get some fresh air, be out in the sun. No more than 10 minutes, 5 minutes is fine. Just something, you know what I mean? Like get out of the building, get out of the house, get outside, ground yourself, enjoy the sunlight, meditate. If you can, you don't even have to meditate. Just sit outside, throw some headphones in, listen to some music. Doesn't matter. Get outside. That's all I'm seeing. Get outside. Others of you, you're learning how to... this is a random one, but some of you are learning how to harvest, right? Some of you are learning how to farm or plant, something along those lines. So some of you might be planting a garden at this point in time. You're learning how to harvest your own kind of food. So some of you could be buying animals. Some of you could be, some of you could have just bought a farm, right? You could have bought a house in the woods. And so now you're planting crops. And so that's what you're learning to do. And some of you are experiencing, right? Let's say that's what you're going through. Some of you are like, you're in shock because you're like, man, I never knew I had a green thumb, or I never knew that I could enjoy doing this, right? So again, I feel like a lot of you that need to be grounded are kind of going to be shocked at the fact that you feel better, that you feel a little bit more balanced. And so I think that by getting out in nature, no matter what, I just think you guys need to be outside. And so I think once you get out there, some of you might have an idea. Like you might step outside. I don't know why, but some of you like might step outside and you witness something, right? I don't know what you witness. You see a bird you've never seen, or you know, maybe you see a bird you've never seen, or maybe you witness something and you're like, oh snap, like I would have never seen that had I been inside, right? Because sometimes the real world is better than what you're watching on television or on your phone, right? For others of you, I had something for you guys. Some of you have been harvesting an idea. You've just been kind of laying it to rest, but it's still been there. And it started to turn into a hunger, right? So it's kind of like something that's a nagging feeling that now is at the forefront of your mind. And you're like, okay, I want to turn this into reality. So you're about to experience really an epiphany, right? Because this guy looks like he's having an epiphany. Like you're going to have this epiphany of bringing something to light and telling people about it. And you're going to be shocked at the fact that there's a lot of people that reciprocate love and support for this idea. And you're going to be like, no way. Like, I thought you guys were going to be not supportive, or maybe you're used to people just judging you. But I don't see that. So I think that you guys are going to be shocked that if you come out and you say something to people around you, you have more support than you think. All right, let's see. Whatever comes out, what other messages does the sign of Taurus need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What other messages does Taurus need to know? Other messages. Ooh, this could possibly be a love message. Some of you are currently looking for love. I spoke too soon. Oh, maybe I didn't. All right. Ace of Cups. 5 of Cups. Temperance. Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and then at the bottom you have the Seven of Wands. Huh. The fact that that flew out of my hand, some of you need to stop being your own blockage. Some of you just need to let your barriers down just a little bit, enough to let something new come in. For the lot of you, I am seeing that you have recently experienced some sort of heartbreak. And, you know, okay, remember, time is fluid. So that's something that gets me, right? Because people are like, I didn't just experience... You know what? Within the last year is recent. Within the last 2 years is recent. That's still recent. You know what I mean? If this is something that has not left your mind's eye, if this is something that still affects you, you hear this person's name, you hear a song, it takes you back, regardless if there's a tear in your eye or if there's a smile on your face. That's how recent it is, right? Because for you to be truly healed from something or someone, it would produce no emotion. So for those of you that are like, I don't like, no, yeah. If it's been recent, if all of what I just stated applies to your situation, some of you are either in Five of Cups mode, right? You regret involving yourself with this person. Or they're in regret, right? Take it how it fits. They're in regret for having let you go, for having lost you. So some of you, you were the reason that a relationship didn't work out and you're in a Five of Cups. You regret it, right? Because you're like, man, I let something go. I let someone go that had true potential, or it wasn't even about the potential. They were actually showing me who they were. And so a lot of you, if that's your story where you let someone go because you just... I don't know, didn't have the means emotionally, whatever the reason. I see you guys really like regretting that decision. I see you guys regretting let that person go. For the rest of you, where someone let you go and you're kind of like moving forward, right? Let's say this is the other person in the Five of Cups energy. I see you being patient, and you've done the majority of the healing that you needed to do. You started taking from their cup and pouring into yours. And now you're in the Nine of Pentacles. You're really enjoying being single. You're really enjoying being independent, self-sufficient. And if anything, that's honestly brought you a tower moment, but this was a good tower moment. So a lot of you started focusing on your finances after, like literally after, maybe during this process of detaching from this person. It's literally bringing you a financial blessing. So for those of you that know that right after or during this point in time that you were dealing with this person and it was coming to its end, a lot of you kind of just went into Nine of Pentacles mode anyways, as a means of like self-preservation. So a lot of you already saw it coming. You're like, okay, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I need to start embracing myself. So a lot of you went back to the gym. A lot of you started doing things that made you feel better about you in the midst of this happening, right? And for those of you that went straight into a project, those of you that started really working on something that came out of nowhere for you, but it's something you'd always wanted to do, it created a tower moment that now is going to produce the Ace of Pentacles, the blessing, the financial blessing. Because you went through that heartache, because you went through that situation, for some of you, you had a lot of energy that was harnessed within you where, again, the time and energy that you don't put into another person, you could be putting into something that is truly going to benefit you, right? So let's say some of you are artists, or some of you are entrepreneurs, or just something along those lines. What you weren't putting into these thoughts and ideas was because you're putting it to someone else. But it was like a switch flipped in your head where it was like, okay, this person obviously doesn't take me seriously, so I need to take me seriously, right? That's something that we need to start to kind of normalize, in my opinion, is the idea that when people don't take you seriously, you're all that's left, right? I think one of the best things that I heard a reader say many, many years ago was that when karmics show up to leave, like that's what a karmic does. They're supposed to show up, wreck your shit, and then bounce, right? So the main reason that we have karmics is because they're there to teach us how to show up for ourselves. And that's what is so hard to understand about the lesson, is that that person came, showed you what they needed to show you, and then they bounced. And then at that point, think about it. Every single time you go through a breakup, who's there to pick up the pieces? Yeah, you might have friends, you might have family that are there to support you, but it's you that's picking up the pieces. It shows you how to show up for you. And so some of you have already gotten that lesson, and so then you started showing up for you, right? You were like, I'm gonna improve my health, I'm gonna improve my money, I'm gonna do all this, I'm gonna do that. And so you have a financial blessing that's coming in because of it. Some of you got really, really good at not being distracted at work. So some of you are getting a promotion. Others of you, whatever ideas you have at this point in time, start working on them, because it's about transmuting, right? I have found that I'm really great at transmuting energy, turning something negative into something positive. And a lot of people can't do that, but that takes experience, and that experience has come from heartache. So that's something that really needs to be really thrown out there for you guys, and just in general. It's like, learn how to alchemize, right? Every bad situation could have a silver lining. What is it? That's for you to decide what that is, right? So I definitely see you turning a bad situation into something that's profitable. So some of you might be writing a story. Some of you might be getting into some type of artistic passion. Either way, you're turning a bad thing into a good thing. Are there any money messages outside of that? Are there any money messages for the sign of Taurus? Dang, someone's just gonna throw money at you. Just threw those cards. Now some of you might have a windfall come in out of nowhere, and it kind of hits you, and you're like, oh snap, like I didn't see that coming. Or maybe you get a bonus at work you didn't see coming. All right, Knight of Wands, Justice, the Four Cups, Three Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, and then the Two of Cups at the bottom. Sorry. Oh, and the King of Pentacles, right? For those of you that are so used to... So with the Knight of Wands to the Justice card, some of you guys might be on timeout right now when it comes to your money. So you might be having some imbalances when it comes to your money. Because I see here that you guys might be spending on things that you don't need to be spending your money on. So whether that's your money's coming in slower, maybe hours are being cut at work. Right now, it's just Spirit putting you on timeout. And so that's really producing this Four Cups energy. But it needs to be like this because you need to learn the value of money is what I'm seeing here, right? Taurus is so notorious for the majority for living lavish, right? Like you see something nice, you buy it and you justify it, you know? So it's like you could be the kind of Taurus that saves up money all the time, but you go out, you see a pair of shoes, you're buying it. You see a watch, you're buying it. You see a shirt that's a ridiculously priced, you're buying it because Taurus likes to look good, feel good, smell good, right? And so right now Spirit's like, yeah, you kind of don't know what's in the background of things, and so we need you to learn quickly that even though you work hard for this blessing, you need to be wise about how you utilize it, because it's true, a lot of us don't know what's to come in life, what expenses are to come, and so therefore Spirit's like, okay, until you can learn the value of money, like we're gonna put you in a situation where you're not gonna have as much come in, right? You need to buckle down, you need to settle down. But after that period, you actually do learn a little bit of the value of money. I don't know how long they're gonna put you in that cycle, but you will be put in that cycle. And then you're back to Three of Cups to Page of Pentacles, right? So I see once you get your money back, like you're like, okay, cool, you're comfortable enough to go out and do things, but you do it in moderation. Right? Because you're like, I don't know if that's going to happen again. Because whatever is coming for you in the sense of why your money slows down, maybe you have to pay for something out of pocket, and it's more than what you normally would have to pay for something. And so maybe the majority of your savings has gone towards that. And so now you're like, oh, I'm going to be a little bit more careful about what I spend my money on. I want to get my savings back up, whatever, right? But then you get to that point and then you're like, all right, cool. Like I can go, I can hang out. I got money coming in, my savings is good, I don't have to save anymore, that kind of thing. And that's the good news, right? So the good news is that because you learn to appreciate money for what it is. So really, I'm just seeing a lesson here for the majority of Tauruses, and because you genuinely find a love for money in the sense of you respect it, you cherish it, not in a like a greedy kind of way, but in a way where it's like, you know what, I really should stop doing this, doing that, right? You learn the lesson. That's how you become the King of Pentacles, because now you're able to budget your money a little bit more. Maybe this whole situation of you losing some money puts you on a path of wanting to learn about investing, and puts you on a path of just, you know, wanting to maybe you get a high yield savings account, something along those lines. Either way, your coins go from like pretty good to pretty damn good after a period of stagnation with your money. Let's see, are there any love messages for the sign of Taurus? Any love messages? Alright, the sign of Taurus. Oh yeah, there's love messages. Interesting. Oh, the Lovers, the Magician, Three of Claws, Three of Castles, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Claws. Claws are swords, by the way. King of Castles, King of Pentacles, Ten of Crypts, Ten of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Candles and the Ace of Candles. From what I'm seeing here, a lot of you are manifesting a true love situation because of a Three of Swords situation, right? So I see that because you went through a really interesting or really bad heartache, that you no longer are just entertaining anybody. I see you being very picky about the type of person that you are manifesting. Your standards are being raised. You're really, really... If you have to think about love, you're thinking about all the techniques that come with it, right? The technicalities that come with this person. And so it's not to say that you're creating, which maybe you are, but you're creating the perfect person. Not everybody's perfect, but I will say this. Whoever the next person that you're meant to be with is truly who you're meant to be with. It's the Lovers, right? And so... this is definitely soulmate energy. If you guys believe in soulmates, this is someone that is going to be very compatible with you. You guys might be different, but your love language might be the same. Your love style might be the same. And so you're kind of manifesting someone that's on your level. And this is going to create Three of Pentacles, right? You guys are just going to collaborate so well. So to go from the Three of Swords to the Three of Pentacles, like this is definitely new energy. This is definitely someone that you're not going to be used to collaborating with. Like maybe you're used to toxic relationships and your partner's usually like they fight or they just are not cooperative. And this puts you in your head because you're like, wait, like this person actually wants to do these things with me? This person actually is, yeah. And this person could be a King of Pentacles, another earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But either way, it ends up with the Ten of Crypts, the Ten of Cups. So this is your happily ever after if you believe in that. Not all of you is this going to apply for. Again, I like to push the idea that these are for healed individuals that have done the work, that have done the shadow work, that have really tried to find their alignment in life. That's what I'm really getting here is like, this is for someone that's healed. For those of you that aren't, this is what you will be looking forward to, right? Time is fluid, so it doesn't truly exist. So at any point in time that you choose to change your mind and choose to heal your heart space and choose to align yourself with your King of Pentacles, this is what's waiting for you. So this is really just truly incentive. But for the rest of you, if you're wondering if a love situation is going to come in for you, yes, sooner rather than later. I saw 3. We had 2 3s, so could be within the next 6 months, could be within the next 3 months, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, if you want to go as far as to say days. You never know, right? Time's fluid. Anyways, Taurus, I hope this helped. Thanks for stopping by and tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.